morning, afternoon, evening. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Um, Feels like I haven't been on my table in a while. Last few readings I've been outside or in my car. It's nice to be back. Today I'm gonna do something different. I'm going to do a reading on the elements, like an astrology reading. I'm gonna do fire, air, water, earth. Um, Fire signs are Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So I'm going to pull some cards from Spill the Tea, find out what fire elements need to be made aware of. Like we all have different zodiac signs in our charts. I'm not really familiar, like all mine or how it works and stuff like that, but I know we have all different signs, not just, our birth zodiac. There's also, sun sign, moon sign, all that. I'm not really familiar with all that. So, like, just this is for, people that are Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But, I mean, if the message resonates with you and you're not, fire sign, take it. You could have fire in your chart, or just, it could be, this could be the confirmation or the message that you need, so it doesn't matter if you're a fire sign or not. If the message resonates with you, take it. If it doesn't, just leave it. It's that simple. um all right, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Split the deck on the cold shoulder. Someone is deliberately distancing themselves, hidden dissatisfaction, and respecting boundaries. The other person respects your personal space and boundaries. So, perhaps like somebody, you're feeling distance or you're feeling like cold shoulder from somebody, but really they're just, respecting your boundaries. Cold shoulder doesn't always have to be a bad thing, like perhaps they don't really know how to handle the situation or what to do right now. So, they're just keeping their distance till they figure it out. They're trying to respect you and your boundaries, which is a good thing. So, maybe that's why it feels like they're giving you the cold shoulder, but they're not. Or they're not intentionally meaning it that way, they just need some space, or they're trying to give you space. Breaking news: a surprising revelation will shift your perspective. Pretending to be fine. You may appear strong outwardly while feeling vulnerable. Right? So something is going to be revealed to you. It's going to change your perspective. It very well could like trigger you or have a negative impact on you, and could be stuck in your head, stuck in your emotions, has you feeling vulnerable, but you're putting on this facade of being okay and strong, but really, inside you're hurting. Two-faced: someone is friendly yet deceitful. So, yeah, I don't know. We got deceit, we have pretending to be fine, cold shoulder, boundaries, breaking news, two-faced. Maybe, with this cold shoulder, pretending to be fine, this two-faced, this person, like I said a little bit ago, they putting on a facade, or even you could be putting on a facade, pretending like everything's okay and fine, but really, you're messed underneath. That could be, making you feel two-faced or pure two-faced. You're hot and you're cold in your head, in your emotions. You could be feeling that way, or somebody else could be feeling that way too in your energy. Definitely some heavy emotions here. Just these are all just things to keep in mind. Let's see. I don't know if I want to pull tarot on these or not. I mean, I kind of want to, kind of don't. Let's see what pops up on this deck. Oh, distance. No, someone's deliberately distancing themselves or feel distanced. Apology, clearing the air, boundaries respected. The person respects her, yeah. Divine masculine. Harmony, peace, balance. I feel like that goes a lot with this. Respecting boundaries. Breaking news. Surprising revelation. Shift your perspective. Death and transformation. Endings. Closing out cycles. Karmic lessons learned. Ascension. Growing, evolving. Phoenix. Rebirth. I feel like that's the breaking news. Going through death and transformation. Balancing out your energies. Pretending to be fine. You may appear strong outwardly while feeling vulnerable. Yep, I feel like this one goes with it. Letting your head rule over your heart, mind games, attachments, addictions, temptation, codependency, toxic influences, toxic influences making you feel vulnerable. Yeah, you're stuck in your head and emotions and stuff like that, but you're trying to make it look, on the outside like you're okay. But really, you're stuck in your head. Two-faced, triggered. Someone's friendly yet deceitful. Somebody was triggered. Triggered. You're triggered, or you triggered somebody else. Overall energy, reflect. Time to wake up your higher spiritual truth, refocus, reflect, shift perspective. Feels like this distance and these mind games have triggered you or somebody around you in your energy into this death transformation energy, and it's bringing harmony and balance. Stuck in their head, reflecting, changing their perspective, the way they see things, looking at things from a higher perspective, refocusing, reflecting. Yeah, so it feels like overall fire energy is distance and toxic mind games and thought patterns, toxic behaviors, influences have triggered death and transformation cycle, which is good. It's not a bad thing. So fire's going through death and transformation, or somebody around you is going through death and transformation. I'm going to move on to air element, which air is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Past life echoes. Some connections or feelings feel like echoes from a past life. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Unfiltered truth. Someone will speak their unfiltered truth. Karmic lessons. There are karmic lessons in relationships that need to be learned. Unexpected news. Unbelievable news will shatter your expectations. Alright, well, let's see what kind of unexpected news is coming in. Probably, maybe this unfiltered truth. Somebody's going to come in and speak their truth. There's definitely a lot of past life. There's relationships, connections, karmic lessons tied into those that need to be learned. Probably carried over from like past life. Yeah, obviously, they weren't learned in this lifetime or last lifetime or whatever, but yeah, there's karmic lessons that need to be learned. And yeah, maybe you're about to receive some unexpected news or truth in regards to past life connections and karmic lessons. 444 protection. The universe and your spirit guides and ancestors are protecting you. What is this? Past life echoes. Courage, strength, bravery, resilience. You have the power to overcome anything. Trust your steps and baby steps. Echoes from eternity. Perhaps overcoming past life connections. Ego, spiritual awakening, ego death, awareness, understanding. Someone will speak their unfiltered truth. 555, changes ahead, something new is coming in. Well, that could be like unexpected news. Oops. Oh, we have, for karmic lessons, we have underlying energy, childhood trauma, definitely tied into karmic lessons. Ooh. Apology, making miracles out of mistakes, and divine masculine. Well, divine masculine has childhood trauma tied in that he needs to heal, and it's tied into these karmic lessons that are playing out in their relationship. Yeah, divine masculine, needs to go in and do some childhood trauma healing so that you can get out of these karmic cycles, karmic lessons. Apology, clearing the air, forgiveness. Perhaps, wanting mistakes or wanting apology, forgiveness for past mistakes, past karmic cycles that they've had, making miracles out of mistakes. Find the lesson and the blessing in every mistake. Use your mistakes to inspire and empower you. Turn pain into power, alchemy. Yeah, and then we have the ego death out here, and divine masculine is going through a spiritual awakening, ego death, and working on rising up in his divinity, but he's clearing out cycles and stuff right now. That's really good. Proud of you. And keep up the good work. Unexpected news, divine order, trust the process. Everything happens in divine order, divine timing, at the exact reason, or at the exact time for the exact reason. Everything happens in divine timing and in divine order. You can't rush it. You just have to go with the flow. Keep standing your strength and courage, and keep going through this ego death, this spiritual awakening. Keep turning your, mistakes into miracles, learning, finding the blessing and the lesson and everything. Yeah, so that was a good one. Good reading for that. Alright, next is water element. That's Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. What does Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces need to be aware of We have mixed signals. The signals from someone are unclear and confusing. Playing both sides. Someone is trying to appease everyone. Joint evolution. You and others are growing together, supporting each other. We just have temporary distance fly out sideways. The distance in the relationship is temporary and things may reconnect later. Unspoken desires. Unexpressed inner desires, often hidden needs or emotions. That could be why you're having these mixed signals, or somebody around you is having mixed signals because hidden needs and emotions and desires. They could be, feeling, if it's not a physical distance, they could, you could be feeling like just energetic distance between them. With this playing both sides, I feel more like that's them trying to make you happy and everyone else. I feel like they're trying to make everyone else happy, but they're like not making themselves happy, so you or somebody around you, you're spreading yourself too thin and it's affecting your health, your relationship with yourself, but it's also affecting those around you. They're getting mixed signals from you, you're giving off mixed signals, making you and them feel, energetically distanced from each other. We have two-faced. Someone is friendly yet deceitful. I kind of, this goes with that, playing both sides. I don't really feel like somebody's being deceitful. I feel like, you're just spreading yourself too thin and you have too much going on and it's overloading you, and it's kind of got you in this mixed signal, two-faced energy. You're not really two-faced. It's just that your emotions are like two-faced. You're trying to do everything for everyone and you're neglecting yourself. So it's like, your energy is unbalanced. You need to make a change. Change is ahead. Something new is coming in. Changes ahead are coming in. It might help balance out your emotions, your energy better. Maybe, somebody's going to come in and take some work off your hands or something. Make you feel, give you some more time to rest and relax, recuperate. We have Earth, which is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn season. This is material, physical world, stability, work, finance. So, like, maybe you're having all these mixed emotions and stuff right now because you're trying to find better work, or, something's going on with your work, your physical, your world, your finances and stuff. Maybe that's why this has you in this mixed energy. And, something's going to happen soon to where it'll help balance out your energy more. Return to sender. If anybody's like sending negative energy and stuff your way, or wishing bad upon you or whatever, that's gonna be, that energy is being returned back to them. It's not sticking to you. What is this mixed signals, mixed lessons? Nothing's coming out in this deck, so practice the pause. Unreal energy. I'm gonna try my other deck, the old one. See if I get something to fall out in this. All right. What's this mixed signals for water elements? What is this mixed signals card about? Mixed signals, we have emotional balance and expectations and standards. Yep. Yeah, signals from someone are unclear and confusing. Somebody had, like I was saying with spread themselves too thin and stuff. Somebody has too high of expectations of themselves, of others, or too high of expectations, and it's throwing your emotions out of balance, out of whack, which is why you're giving off these mixed signals. Or if it's not you, it's somebody around you. But anyways, the expectations for yourself or for others are too high, and it's causing your emotions and your mentality and everything to be out of balance. Music, sound, frequencies. Perhaps you need to listen to some uplifting music, uplifting frequencies to help balance out, your energy, balance out your emotions a little bit. What is this playing? Oh, just saying yes. So yes, you need to listen to some good frequencies, music, help uplift your energy. What is this playing both sides? Inner child healing. You're conflicted, like, um, you have traumas and stuff inside of you from childhood that are not healed, and sometimes they come to the surface and makes you feel like gives you mixed signals, and you're giving off mixed signals because you need to do some inner child healing. There's trauma and things inside of you that you haven't healed, and they're stuck in you, they're buried in you, and you need to bring them up for healing and release them. That will definitely help balance out your energy as well. Cutting cords, letting go. Yeah, you need to let go of high expectations you have for yourself and others. You need to let go of all these emotions and inner traumas, inner childhood things that you're holding on to. You need to let go of anything negative that's holding you down and holding you back. It's throwing off your energy as well as everyone around you. Freedom and choices. You have the free will and choice, to choose to do your healing and get better, or you have free will and choice to just sit in this energy. But can't guarantee everybody's going to stay in your life and keep dealing with you when you have when your emotions are mixed signals and you're unbalanced. Put forth the work and effort. Put forth the work and effort into your healing, into balancing out your emotions and everything else, and I feel much better. Perfectly imperfect. None of us is perfect. We're all got stuff that we need to always be healing, working on, releasing. But as long as you're putting forth the work and effort to do it, that's what matters. Temporary distance, connection. You need to work on your relationship, connecting with others, connecting with yourself, connecting with animals, connecting with nature. You need to work on, just connecting with others and yourself. DNA activation and healing. Yes. So, while you're going through this healing, and you're purging, releasing old toxic things, you're trying to balance out your energy, your DNA is being activated, you're healing, and you might feel distance from people right now, or you might want distance from people right now because you're going through this healing process. It's all right, just be open and honest with everybody. Let them know, why you're feeling this way. Let them know you're cutting attachments, letting go of attachments, and working on your healing, and they'll understand. And if they don't, well, then they're not meant to go on with your journey with you anymore. Some people are meant to stay in the past with the unhealed versions of ourselves. Not everybody will continue on our journey, sadly, but that's how life is. Anytime you lose people from your life, you always get other people coming in, not really to replace them, but just as new support. Gratitude, show gratitude, let people know, hey, I'm going through some hard things right now. I'm sorry my emotions have been all over the place. I'm sorry I've been distant. I'm working on myself, just practice the pause, be honest with them, tell them you're working through things, and most people understand. Yeah, I feel two-faced. We have feel, heal, release, under attack, on the defense. Yeah, when you're going through when you're trying to balance out your emotions and you do your inner healing and stuff, a lot of times it does have you in these very mixed emotions, very up and down, emotions. You might, feel like you're two-faced, or people might feel like you're being two-faced, feel like, you're under attack, on the defense. It's because you feel vulnerable. It's because you're doing your work. You're feeling emotions and things you haven't felt, things that you have suppressed and held in and just numbed and ignored for so long. They're coming to the surface, you're feeling them, and it always makes you feel vulnerable. So you always feel like you're under attack and on the defense automatically because you feel vulnerable. Um, you can't feel that way. We're all perfectly imperfect. None of us, is perfect. Isolation, maybe for a net right now, you need to be under, in isolation a little bit, temporary distance, like I said, let everybody know, you're isolating, you're Philia releasing. Oh, we had success under there too. Right now you might feel like you're under attack on the defense. It's just because you're feeling vulnerable. You're releasing and you're feeling all these emotions and things that you've had buried within you for years. It's all coming to the surface now. So you're not under attack. You don't need to be on the defense. You just need to keep feeling, healing, releasing, purging these emotions. Remember, you are perfectly imperfect. Nobody is perfect. And you are doing an amazing job releasing these emotions and doing your inner healing. I'm proud of you. That's great. Last one we have is fire element. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Let's see what we can have for Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have authentic self, showing your true self courageously. Ulterior motives, somebody may be getting close to you with hidden intentions. So just keep that in mind. Uncovered truth. Uncovered evidence will change your view on things. Something's about to be brought to the light. You're about to discover truth on something. Oops. Path unknown. The path ahead in the relationship is uncertain yet hopeful. We have two-faced again. This came out quite a few times today. Keeping up appearances and acting like everything is fine. Alright, so that could be what this two-faced energy is right here. They're pretending, like everything's okay, keeping up this appearance. Showing your true authentic self and then keeping up appearances. Feels like something's going on below the surface. Like perhaps with this uncovering evidence, like your intuition is already telling you something's not right, something's up. And so, you are standing in your authentic self, but perhaps, you're like keeping up appearances, pretending like you don't know something is up, but something, but obviously you're tapped into your intuition, something is up, something feels off, path ahead's unclear, divine healing. What is this? Authentic self. Showing your true self courageously. Divine timing. Perhaps waiting to show your true authentic self. Wait for the right moment. Put forth the work and effort. Perhaps you need to do some healing, work on yourself. Boundaries. Divine healing, yes. Boundaries. Safety and security. Yep, showing your true self courageously. Overall energy, safety and security. You had to go in. You had to go in, heal. You did this divine timing or divine healing. You did this your divine healing, and your divine healing helped you learn how to set boundaries and stand on them. And it was all about underlying energy, safety, security. Yeah, your healing, helped you raise your standards, boundaries, and stuff for your well-being. Be mindful, be present. What is this? Uncovering truth. Energy shift. Relationship. Uncovering evidence will change your view on things. There's going to be energy shift in some kind of relationship. Looks like. What's this energy shift? Uncovering truth. What is this all about? What kind of, we know there's going to be energy shift. What's going to happen? Alignment, divine guidance, growth, and evolution. Well, I feel like, yeah, you're rising up. You're doing your divine healing. You're rising up, setting boundaries. You're growing, evolving. And the energetic shift in relationships is you're going to be letting go of relationships, releasing people, cutting cords, cutting people out of your life, letting people go. Anybody who is not in alignment with your true, authentic self, the self you're growing into, the self that you are now, they are being energetically shifted off your path. You know, anybody whose energy is not in alignment with your growth and evolution, they're being divinely guided off your path. That's uncovering truth. Uncovering truth is you're about to see what relationships and people you need to keep in your life and which people you need to cut out. Path unknown. The path ahead in the relationship is uncertain yet hopeful. Career, work, gratitude, talents. Path ahead in the relationship is uncertain yet hopeful. Well, we have talents, career, work, gratitude. I feel like this is more like a career path. Underlying energies, talents. So you need to assess your talents, tap into your talents, work on your talents, discover your talents, and possibly put forth, turn it into a career or work. Show gratitude, be thankful. Even though, the path ahead is unknown, you still need to be grateful and thankful that you're on the path and that it's taking you somewhere. Looks like the path involves your talent, turning your talents into career or work. So that's good. Anything else on this path unknown? Is it just finance path, or is there like road to relationship? It says the path ahead in the relationship is uncertain, but okay. The path ahead in the relationship is uncertain yet hopeful. We had energy shift, growth, evolution, forgiveness. So, in terms of like relationships and people paths, people are going through energy shift, they're growing, evolving. Underlying energy is forgiveness. So perhaps you're forgiving people, forgiving things, letting them go, and that's, shifting your energy into this growth and evolution energy, which is really good. Or you can say this to somebody else too. Somebody wants forgiveness and feels ashamed of what they did or what happened, whatever, and it's pushing them through energy shift and into their growth and evolution. So the path is definitely related to talents and careers, and also energy shift, growing, evolving, spiritual ascension, underlying energy, forgiveness. So like forgiveness is motivating growth and evolution in terms of, the path of relationships. What is this two-faced about? Someone is friendly yet deceitful. What is this two-faced energy? Connection. So yeah, there's definitely a connection. Somebody is friendly yet deceitful. Stand up, speak up. So whenever you find out who this person is, you're gonna have to stand up to them, speak up to them, or yeah, when it happens, you need to stand up, speak up, and possibly, possibly this is one of the people you need to cut out of your life. Self-pity, communication, trauma bond, holding on. Someone is friendly yet deceitful. It feels like somebody is stuck in this self-pity, woe ass, me ass energy. Could be somebody you have a trauma bond with, or somebody you used to have a trauma bond with. Yeah, they're in this, oh, poor, they want to come in and communicate with you, but they're in this, like, woe ass, me ass, pity energy. Trauma bond. Yeah, it feels like, I don't know, it almost feels like somebody from your past, but it could be somebody in your energy now or somebody coming into your energy. Either way, it's going to be made aware. But actually, trauma bond, this is somebody you have a past with, or you guys could have like a type of connection that's like a trauma bond almost, like a hot cold kind of narcissist empath kind of a relationship. It's not just romantic. It could be like family members or coworkers, classmates, whatever. But if you, there's definitely somebody wants to communicate with you, or you're going to be communicating with somebody soon, and they're in this really negative energy, which is, yeah, you're going to have to cut that person out if you're going to continue spiritually growing, evolving into your authentic self. This person is going to be one of these people, separation. You're going to have to cut out of your life to keep up your ascension. Transmute negative energy, yeah. This person's full of negative energy, and you're going to have to cut them out of your life, get away from them to continue on your growth path, Yep, so just, be ready. You have to cut some people out of your life, but for the better. What is this keeping up appearances? Keeping up appearances and acting like everything is fine. What is this about? Ancestors, spirit guides. Your spirit guides and ancestors are protecting you, watching over you. Me love, you love, unconditional love. Your ancestors love you, have unconditional love towards yourself and others. Keeping appearances, acting like everything's fine. Could be, I don't know, pretending to love yourself, but really you don't feel, love for yourself, or pretending to love somebody else and you don't feel love for them. Maybe, just really in your emotions and stuff right now, just not feeling the love towards yourself, maybe just you need to go in, practice some self-love, love yourself for a little bit. Isolation, keeping up appearances, you're feeling isolated, alone, lonely, and that, you're trying to, stand strong and act like everything's okay, but it's really not. Self-pity. Perhaps you're in this self-pity energy right now. It could even be tied to this person too. Two-faced. Achievement. Keeping up appearances, acting like everything's fine. Achievement. Could be like work related, like you're sick and tired of your job, don't want to be there, but you keep going, and because you have to work, and so what else can I have about this? Keeping up appearances. Separation. feeling separate from yourself or separate from others. We had the isolation, card earlier. Um, Feels like, you're just kind of going through it emotionally inside, and you're just trying to keep this outwardly appearance to know like everything's okay, but it's not. You're got some attachments you're letting go, releasing, um, freedom and choices. If you don't have to go around acting like you're strong all the time, we all need breaks and we all have good days and bad days. Connection. Perhaps you need to open up and connect with somebody, talk to somebody, let them know how you're feeling on the inside, get it off your chest, make you feel better. Um, Christ consciousness, tap into your higher self, try to see things from a higher perspective, try to understand connection. Yeah, you need to talk to somebody, let somebody know, how you're feeling on the inside. Once you do connect with somebody and talk to them about how you're feeling, it will help you release emotions and it will help balance your emotions. So, you need to talk to somebody, connect to somebody, because it will help you. Your emotions are kind of tangled up right now a little bit. You need to talk to somebody about it, connect with somebody. Even if you don't talk to somebody about your problems, you need to go connect with somebody. Connect with nature, connect with animals. You just need connection. You need to connect with somebody, and it will help you balance your emotions and help you see things from a higher perspective too. Look beyond the illusion. Yeah. I know your emotions feel overwhelming right now, but um, this too shall pass. Think of everything from a higher perspective. Try to see why this is happening, and try to understand why you're having these emotions, and also look beyond the illusion, realize that they're just emotions. They're temporary, they flow in and out of us. We have the power to change and control them. Like, you can't run and avoid your emotions all the time, but like, you also have the power and the energy to pull yourself out of negative energy when you're feeling down, negative. It's like, you have to stay in the energy and feel it, heal it, release it, but you can't be stuck there. Like, you have to feel the emotion, you can't become the emotion. So you have to look past the illusion, realize they're just emotions, they're temporary. You feel it now. Try to figure out why you're feeling it now and what you can do to fix it, and, look at it from a higher perspective. See beyond the illusion, connect with people, realize, you are not alone. There is support, people out there that do love and care about you, and you just need, you're just in your emotions right now. You just need to connect with somebody and express your emotions, get them off your chest, and you feel so much better. I'm gonna roll these dice, yeah, and count this. Alright, oops. 1, 2, 3, positive movement forward. 4, oh, that was 4, 3, 6, but 3, 4, 6. I always put them like smallest to biggest. I don't know. I guess it's an OCD thing. 125, or it was 215. These just, I don't know. Take what resonates, if it doesn't. These could be, addresses, phone numbers, whatever, license plate numbers, just numbers, like, just numbers. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2, 5, 5, 5, 6. So yeah, just, I don't know. If they resonate, they resonate. If they don't, they don't. But yeah, I'm gonna get off here now, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Blessings.